Federal and state authorities are warning you that now is the time to check your IDs. The REAL ID Act, which was passed by Congress back in 2005, will soon be implemented after 2 decades of planning.
KCBD News Channel 11's Dylan Villa joins us with what you need to know about the REAL ID and the steps you need to take if you don't have one already. Dylan?
Karen and Abner, the REAL ID Act was passed 20 years ago in response to the September 11th terrorist attacks. It requires states to make sure standards are upheld for state-issued driver's licenses and identification cards if they're to be accepted as ID by the federal government. The key is this thing right here, the gold star in the top right-hand corner. If you don't have one of those, you don't have a REAL ID, and you'll need it by May 7th. If you don't have the REAL ID by May 7th, you won't be able to enter secure federal buildings or board an airplane for a domestic flight. TSA spokesperson Patricia Mancha says it's important to get your IDs now as we approach summer travel.
Be prepared. Our main and overarching message is this. If you don't have a REAL ID or one of the documents that can stand in as such, it's time to act today because May 7th is upon us.
Patricia also explains what you need to do should you not have a REAL ID at this time.
Contact their state Department of Motor Vehicles. That's where those IDs get issued, and usually they will have to prove their citizenship or lawful permanent residency in this country or any kind of lawful immigrant status. They will have to provide other identifiers, but if you check with your state Department of Motor Vehicles, then they can give you the comprehensive list of what each state requires.
Now, the good thing for most Texans is Texas DPS has been issuing these REAL IDs since October 2016. And as of this month, 98% of Texas driver's licenses are REAL ID compliant. Still, that means hundreds of thousands of Texans still don't have the proper identification at this time. Texas DPS sent us a statement regarding REAL IDs, which states in part, quote, "It is important to note that driving with an expired license is against the law. And given that Texas driver's licenses are valid for up to 8 years, as of May 7, 2025, anyone without a REAL ID compliant driver's license card would have an expired driver's license. Customers who still do not have REAL ID compliant cards can schedule an appointment at their local DL office. As a single issuance state, Texas only issues REAL ID compliant cards, and there is no additional fee for a REAL ID compliant card. If you don't have the REAL ID just yet, we have a link to find your local driver's license office on our website, kcbd.com. Karen and Abner.
Thank you, Dylan.